And here it is. We go again. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is. We go again. Here I am again. Hope you are there with me. The session has commenced and your company is required. That thing that's happening regularly somewhat now, twice a day. First installment of today. So if you are available, avail yourself of what is going on here. You know what we do, you know why we do it, and you know when we're doing it. We're doing it exactly right now. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Manemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Just sing along, holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 is another Savior. Getting it right and getting it faster now. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, holy, getting it right and faster. Never freedom. Is another Savior. Never freedom. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior.
Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior, holy, 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 Adimebujuku.
Well, this is Mobien. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. In your madika, yabika kokwanam no wow. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo.
And there it is right there. Woli, Woli, Woli. Nnamdi Kanu is their other savior. So there it is, the farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria. The farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria, Holy Holy, Holy Holy, as guys, I bring you this. 2023, Tinubu speaks on ATIKU'S emergence as PDP candidate. So, of course, meet you at the racetrack, meet you on the field, essentially what the Jagaban of LGBT is saying to the looter of Adamawa. So the looter of Adamawa versus the Jagaban of LGBT of Lagos, this looks as though might well be the fight that we started off expecting to see, but got diverted, but the permutations now going back to the starting point. 2023, Tinubu speaks on ATIKU'S emergence as PDP candidate. So quite what he has to say, we find out shortly. How Wike reacted after TAMBUWAL stepped down to support ATIKU. So that stab in the back of court, that stab in the back of course, the court is deep, but Wike cannot say he was caught off guard because we all know what the Northerners are. They stick to their tribe and religion first, and then having then gotten the will of their tribe and religion, they will then play nice to you. But in the throes of the battle, they stick to their own. This has repeated all through history. So quite how Wike will claim that is hard done by or caught off guard is a mystery. How Wike reacted after TAMBUWAL stepped down to support ATIKU. So quite what that reaction is, we find out shortly, and we find out that reaction immediately now. 2023 presidency, Wike annoyed over PDP primary results, yet to congratulate ATIKU. So near and yet so far. Wike has no reason to feel downcast or downtrodden because he put up a gallant fight and he got an impressive result, and it was only scheming that schemed him out. When people like what's it called? I'm pretty sure the swing of it a lot to do with TAMBUWAL's treachery, according to Wike. That is, TAMBUWAL will just tell us that he played politics of expediency, but Wike will see it as treachery because Wike, of course, backed TAMBUWAL in 2019. But all of those permutations, it leaves space for then that what if. So a lot of what ifs. Wike annoyed over PDP primary results, yet to congratulate ATIKU. So he put up a gallant fight, that much we can say. So ATIKU obviously expectedly dominating all the talking points. ATIKU, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Kanunta, reveals why Wike lost PDP presidential primary. So, of course, you will hear from the Eastern quarters who will give their usual psychedelic spin on it because they have a psychedelic outlook on virtually everything. ATIKU, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Kanunta, reveals why Wike lost PDP presidential primary. So, of course, by the time by the time he's done his piece, we will form the thought then that it was an Eastern orchestration that cost Wike the ticket. So ATIKU all the way, of course, 2023, ATIKU will never be president, Ohaneze declares. So, of course, they are still smarting from how Peter Obi was schemed out, and the court is still raw and the pain still deep. 2023, ATIKU will never be president, pardon me, Ohaneze declares. So quite what that declaration is, almost certainly in support of their son. And this now, ATIKU all the way through, as I said, RENO OMOKRI, somebody I don't really give too much attention, but in this instance, we feature him. How Northern Solidarity gave ATIKU victory. So there it is, RENO OMOKRI speaking to the space, but then of course, we know already what his intent on saying in that space. So that's the menu. So lean back, kick back, take it easy, relax into it, and just have a lazy Sunday with the one man went to more session. But before you get too lazy, a little bit of work, click on the like button. We are, as ever, looking to hit 100 likes for this stream, as we do with every stream. So a minimum bar of 100 likes. So if everybody that is online now, if you click on like, then you are already halfway taking us to the 100 mark. So click on the like button, and we need at least 4 people to click on the subscribe. You all should click on the subscribe, but we need 4. I need 4 to click on the subscribe button to take us over a threshold that we're about 3 or 4 away from. So do all those clickings. And if you want to come join me on the screen to discuss any of these talking points that I've highlighted, click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard in the comment section. So click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard, and that will bring you into a studio space. And as soon as I've finished reading out the body of the headlines that I've just read out to you now, I will let you onto the screen and engage you in a conversation around the talking points. So it's an open microphone session, and the open microphone is the hyperlink that says StreamYard. So 3 clicks that you're meant to do: the like button mandatory, the like button mandatory, the subscribe button compulsory, and the hyperlink that says StreamYard, that is discretionary. So at your discretion, if you feel like, click on StreamYard to come join me on the screen, but you must click on like and you must click on subscribe. So as you set up
Only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Hobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Chief pilot kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonukẹ ẹyẹ rẹ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Pardon me. And there it is right there. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. May death have nothing to do with us. Iku, pardon me. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe. As guys, I bring you this. 2023, Tinubu speaks on ATIKU'S emergence as PDP candidate. So let's see what the Jagaban of Lutin has to say. National leader of the All Progressive Congress APC and frontline presidential aspirant Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated former Vice President Atiku Abubakar for emerging as the flag bearer of the opposition People's Democratic Party PDP following the primary conducted at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja on Saturday. According to Mr. Bayo Ononuga, Director Media and Communication, Tinubu Campaign Organization, the APC national leader commended Atiku for his patriotism and commitment to Nigeria's progress. Tinubu also congratulated the other contestants for the orderly and peaceful way they conducted themselves and for pledging to rally round the winner in the true spirit of democratic sportsmanship. He expected the former vice president, who was also the 2019 presidential candidate of the party, to be his worthy opponent by the grace of God and the support of APC delegates in the coming 2023 presidential election. The APC national leader said ATIKU'S victory did not come as a surprise to Nigerians because of his vast experience as a statesman and veteran of many presidential contests from 1993. Whilst welcoming the PDP candidates to the race, Tinubu added that the coming election should be about issues that will improve the quality of life of Nigerians, bring peace, progress, political stability, and solve the myriad of social-political challenges and insecurity currently facing the country. I welcome the victory of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the just concluded primary. I look forward to squaring up to him as a worthy opponent in the coming election. I have known the former vice president as a formidable politician and a patriot who believes in the unity and progress of our dear country. As we move further into the election season, I charge the PDP presidential candidate and all political actors across party lines that we should make this election season one that is devoid of bitterness, rancor, and strife. We should make our campaigns peaceful and issue-based. We should make our campaign peaceful and issue-based. Let me roll through it again. We should make our campaign peaceful and issue-based. Election season should be a festival of ideas that will uplift our country and improve the living conditions of all our people. Unfortunately for the PDP, its candidate will be burdened to explain why Nigerians should give it another opportunity after squandering 16 years at the central government without much to show. Nigerians are yet to forget the national ruin and mismanagement of our country for 16 years by successive PDP administration, and this bad memory will dog the campaign of the PDP candidate. Nevertheless, I once again congratulate our former vice president for his victory in his party's primary. So there it is right there. Somewhat sounding already but then he has to sound like that just to create that thought in people's psyche. He's somewhat sounding already that he's going to be up against Atiku. There is nobody really within the APC that is an equal match to Atiku outside of Tinubu, of course. But then we'll see who they present. They are permutating Goodluck Jonathan as a Fulani candidate, but we'll see how that plays out. As a Cabal candidate, yes, which is a Fulani candidate. So we'll see how that plays out. But we're still staying with all matters Goodluck Jonathan. Not Goodluck Jonathan, we're still staying with all matters Atiku. 2023, how Wike reacted after TAMBUWAL stepped down to support Atiku. Blood is thicker than water. Our presidential aspirant and governor of Rivers State, Yemson Wike, reportedly lost his spirit after Aminu TAMBUWAL withdrew from the presidential race to support Atiku Abubakar. At 8:34 p.m., the governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri TAMBUWAL, stepped down for Atiku. Correspondent report. Party sources said he withdrew from the race to support Atiku following the intervention of some elders who feared that should Wike pick the ticket, the ruling party would once again secure the presidential seat in 2023. Before the commencement of the primary, some northern elders had met Atiku, Saraki, Tambuwal, and Bala Mohammed, but the talks had failed as the aspirants had insisted on participating in the election. However, the elders resumed the push at the venue of the event. Tambuwal later gave in and withdrew from the election. Wike's mood changed after Tambuwal's withdrawal. It was observed that aspirants from the south, especially Udom Emmanuel, were all seated together, just as other contenders from the north were all camped together. Governors of Rivers and Benue State, Wike and Samuel Otom, respectively, were seen having conversations shortly after Tambuwal announced his withdrawal from the race. Soon, another aspirant, Ayodele Fayose, also joined in. Wike, who was cheerful before Tambuwal's shocking announcement, frowned throughout the exercise. The Rivers State governor looked exhausted whilst ballot sorting was ongoing, with Atiku's name ringing in the air. Coming second to Atiku was Wike, who pulled 237 votes. Nwachukwu Anakwenze, an aspirant, had pulled out of the race around 5 p.m. to support Wike. Former Senate President Saraki came third with 70 votes. Governor Udom Emmanuel Akwa Ibom came fourth with 38 votes. Governor Bala Mohammed Bauchi came fifth with 20 votes. Former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator Ayim Pius Ayim, came sixth with 14 votes, whilst Mazi Sam Ohuabanwa and Diana Oliver Tariela had 1 vote each. So essentially their vote for themselves, I suspect. So there it is right there. And that was how we played out. Wike whipping in his coffee as we speak, or in his brandy. They say it's a drunkard. 2023 presidency. Wike annoyed over PDP primary result, yet to congratulate Atiku. Governor of Rivers State and 2023 presidential aspirant Yemson Wike is said to be annoyed at the outcome of the party's presidential primaries on Saturday in Abuja. The fiery politician, who many projected as emerging the party's flag bearer, refused to join Atiku and other aspirants on the podium after the results were announced. Despite his promise to support whoever wins the People's Democratic Party's presidential primaries, correspondents gathered that he was yet to congratulate the former vice president on his victory. Atiku, who was the PDP presidential candidate in 2019 presidential election, clinched the party's ticket again on Saturday, May the 28th, 2022, following the party's convention held at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. Atiku contested the election with Wike, former Senate President Bukola Saraki, Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State, and 10 other aspirants. But just before delegates could begin to cast their votes, Tambuwal withdrew from the primary election and endorsed Atiku. However, whilst Saraki had congratulated Atiku on Twitter, shortly after the former vice president emerged as the winner of the election, Wike, who promised to support any aspirant that wins the election, has yet to send a congratulatory message to the winners hours after the convention. Whilst addressing the delegates, Wike had vowed to support any aspirant that emerged as the winner of the election because he is a committed PDP member who loves the party. Let me vow today, anybody who emerges here, I will support the person to the fullest because I am a committed party person, because I love this party, because since 1998, I have been in this party and worked for this party. I am not going anywhere. This is my party, the governor had said. But several hours after the end of the convention, Wike kept mum and has yet to congratulate Atiku, whom he believes is not committed to the party. He is also said to be unhappy with TAMBUWAL's move to step down for Atiku. He notedly backed TAMBUWAL against the vice president in the 2019 presidential primaries. So there it is right there, stabbed in the back by a Malam. So stabbed in the back by a Malam, but still staying without our presidential primaries of the pardon me, I just need to blow my nose for a moment. So I'm just going to play you a little let me play you Holy Holy as I just clear my yeah. And there it is, Python dancing, the multi-takum dancing. So Python dancing, and all that. And by the way, we're pushing for 100 likes. Plus, so as you're coming in, please make sure you are clicking on the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure you are clicking on that as well. I need at least 4 people clicking on that subscribe button to push us over a threshold. So I'll put the target for the likes here so that people can see what we are trying to achieve. So if you are able to help us get there, which you are able to, then help us get there. You are all able to get us, help us get to that 100 likes. So please click on the like button immediately and right now. So do it just as soon as you can, which is just round about now. So onwards we go. Atiku, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, Kanunta, reveals why Wike lost PDP presidential primary. Kanunta, a brother of the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has described Governor Yemsen Wike's loss as at the just concluded People's Democratic Party presidential primaries election as karma. Pardon me. There were assertions that Wike had lost the party's ticket to Atiku because he was betrayed by Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal. Recall that Tambuwal announced his withdrawal from the presidential primaries yesterday at the party's national convention in Abuja, a development that raised many eyebrows, seeing that his decision was coming moments after the convention had already commenced. Reacting, however, to Wike's defeat, Kanunta, in a social media post on Sunday, alleged that the IPOB and those killed during the massacre of Obigbo were responsible for the Rivers State governor's loss at the PDP primaries. Kanunta dismissed claims that Tambuwal was responsible for Wike's defeat. According to Kanunta, neither the North nor Tambuwal betrayed Wike, nor was it a southern disunity. It was karma that nailed him, the karma of Obigbo, the hashtag Igbo, the hashtag IPOB was also a factor. Clue, late Buhari won despite his open support for Boko Haram. Meanwhile, the apex Igbo social political organization Ohaneze, actually, maybe I should give you this piece from a different readout, but let me give it to you from here. So let's leave that as Wike's let's leave that as Kanu's brother's assertion. So let me just give it to you again, because it's quite and then I'll go to the next readout, which I think covers the follow-on in this piece. So let me just re-give you this piece. There were assertions that Wike had lost the party's ticket to Atiku because he was betrayed by Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal. Recall that Tambuwal announced his withdrawal from the presidential primaries yesterday at the party's national convention in Abuja, a development that raised many eyebrows, seeing that his decision was coming moments after the convention had already commenced. Reacting, however, to Wike's defeat, Kanunta, in a social media post on Sunday, alleged that the IPOB and those killed during the massacre of Obigbo were responsible for the Rivers State governor's loss at the PDP primaries. Kanunta dismissed claims that Tambuwal was responsible for Wike's defeat. According to Kanunta, neither the North nor Tambuwal betrayed #Wike, nor was it any southern disunity. It was karma that nailed him, the karma of Obigbo. The #IPOB was also a factor. Clue, late Buhari won despite his open support for Boko Haram. So there it is right there. Decipher that if you can. I don't know what he's talking about, but then, I hardly ever know what he talks about. 2023, Atiku will never be president, Ohaneze declares. The apex Igbo socio-political organization Ohaneze Indigbo Worldwide has declared that the People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar will never become Nigeria's president. The body, in a statement, condemned the election process, describing it as an erratic and corrupt process that was overseen by the unpatriotic Northerners against the southern part of the country. Ohaneze Secretary General Mazi Okechukwu Isigozoro stressed that the IGBOS would rise up against Atiku, adding that his presidential campaign would be rejected. In the southeast, he said, "It is amusing that PDP is now a political party for the northern region, with Dr. Iyocha Ayu as PDP chair, Walid Jibril as Board of Trustee chair, and Atiku Abubakar as 2023 presidential candidates. PDP has fulfilled her threat to sideline the IGBOS in 2023, and we will carefully answer back to them." Another northerner, Senator David Mark, supervised the process that skimmed out Igbo from PDP. The consequences of the 2022 PDP convention will be a discontinuity of milking of Igbo votes by a party that butchered the Igbo dreams, the Igbo's dream. We are waiting for the APC presidential primary to take the final decision on whether or not Igbos will participate in the 2023 election. Atiku Abubakar will be opposed in the southeast, and no Igbo is anticipated to champion or project Atiku presidency in the east. Nobody is going to take the risk of campaigning for Atiku in the east, since the PDP is now a regional northern political party. Atiku will not have Igbo support him in 2023. He cannot be the president of Nigeria in 2023. Indigbo will rise against PDP and Atiku as a price for PDP's ingratitude and dishonesty against the Igbos. So there it is right there. A northern party. I never even had that consideration until that guy listed it. All of the positions that matter in the PDP all to the north. How can that even be? But there it is right there. And the Yorubas will roll around in celebration and servitude. And so with the Igbos, but apparently not the Igbos. So this now the final readout. How Northern Solidarity gave Atiku victory. RENO OMOKRI. A social-political activist, RENO OMOKRI, has attributed the victory of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar at the just concluded People's Democratic Party PDP presidential primary election to Northern Solidarity. Correspondents recall that Atiku was endorsed by some northern stakeholders prior to his victory against the Rivers State Governor Yemson Wike. According to a post on his verified Facebook, page, RENO explains that Atiku emerged winner of the presidential election following the decision of Governor Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto State to step down for the former vice president. Wike had supported the presidential ambition of Governor Tambuwal in the 2019 presidential election against Atiku. RENO stated that the South needs to learn from the North how to play such politics. He wrote, "The South has a lot to learn from the genuine brotherly love and unity displayed by Northerners. Consider that though Wike backed Tambuwal against Atiku in 2019, the same Tambuwal has turned around to back Atiku against Wike in 2022. Northern solidarity, it is something the South lacks. Tambuwal has shown that Northern solidarity is thicker and stronger than financial solidarity." So this is the thing that this is something that is now fast evolving into the space. The Northerners is tribe and religion first, and then everything else they can play nice guy with you. But with tribe and religion, they have their AK-47 drawn and their dagger. They are ready to go to kill for tribe and religion. And we saw that. Look how deep the knife was in Wike's back. Publicly, he mocked him. So public mocking. Solly, I see you. And Ajanle Koko, I see you. So Solly, are you ready to go? Look at this guy smoking Igbo again. Solly, are you there? So I'm going to let you go, man. If you're not there, then I'll just let you go. So Ajanle Koko, are you there?
I'm here, woman.
Brilliant. Good to have you. So good to have you, Ajanle Koko. So really, this a continuation really of the conversations from yesterday. A lot of people feel either Tambuwal's endorsement of Atiku was the deciding factor or not. The public display of treachery and openly stabbing Wike in the back is something that people are gasped by. What are you then making of this narrative of treachery from the Fulanis yet again?
Good morning, man.
Good morning. Good afternoon here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I don't believe in those people saying that they stab Wike in the back.
Ajanle Koko, we need you to be a bit louder.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Much better.
Okay. I don't believe that Tambuwal stabbed Wike in the back. What Tambuwal did is allowed by the process, and politics is all about interest and power, and that contest for somebody to step down for another candidate, there must have been a very strong negotiation and a good negotiation between one another. Must have swayed Tambuwal.
It was a northern solidarity thing. This is really I don't think we can really, in any honesty, reach beyond that. It was a tribe and religion first move, which is the color of those people. We know that.
Well, Southerner can say whatever they like. They can call it tribal and whatsoever. Why can't the Southerners themselves step down for each other? Why is Udom, the governor of, what do you call it?
Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom. Why did he not step down for Wike? Why Pius Hayim not step down for Ike? Why others from the South not back Wike to show solidarity? So why should we be crying foul when TAMBUWAL did it? This is the nonsense that Southerners cry about all the time.
I think it's to do with the fact that TAMBUWAL Wike frontally backed him and financially backed him in 2019. So quid pro quo, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So
it doesn't
all of that
happen
backing,
like that. It doesn't happen like that in politics. It doesn't happen like that in politics. Politics, there is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest. So
a too brute is a too brute. You too brutus.
Yeah. So no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, but permanent interest.
It's typical Malam behavior, isn't it? Typical Malam.
Well, we can call it typical Malam behavior. We can call it whatever we want. But what I'm saying is what my position is that the process allows it. The election was free and fair. There was no rigging and whatsoever. Whoever wins. That is what played out. So whether TAMBUWAL stepped down for Atiku or not should not be an issue. The Southerners should just stop this nonsense. Why should we just play foul or crowd foul all the time that we don't have it? If we have had it, or we have stepped down for TAMBUWAL, or TAMBUWAL have stepped down for Wike, we won't be saying this. Why should we do it for another member of the party? And we want to be crying foul that, because he's a northerner like him, that's why he did it. When you are crying that he did it for a northerner, what did you people do for yourself? What did Southerner do for themselves? So you should look at that first. How many Southerners?
Because the Southerners are playing egalitarian politics devoid of religion and tribe. They are playing ideology politics that I align with your thoughts, that despite your tribe. But the Northerners, they cannot reach beyond their pecuniary, religious, and ethnic interest. They are just subsumed by that.
Can I interject for a minute?
All right, go on.
Woman, you said, I just want to quickly say this. You said typically Northerner behavior. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it not what you said?
Well, they are known for that, for treachery.
Okay, fine. We have how many local governments? 700 and what? 774, correct?
Yes.
Yesterday the vote. Now you are talking about treasury. What happened to Wike? Believe you me, I was even surprised. Wike did very well. Even I don't like Wike. I'm one person that don't like Wike. He spring a surprise yesterday. 237, correct? Was he Ajaliko? What was it?
Yeah, thereabouts. Carry on.
Yeah, and the most people that gave Wike that vote, do you know, it's mainly Northerners. It's not even from where he came from. So
how do you know that?
Yeah, because the South and the South, even the Southeast, never supported Wike. They don't like Wike for one bit. For what happened in Igbo.
Have they given us an account of how the vote was cast?
Did you watch it live yesterday?
I watched it live. They were counting results, yes, but they were not saying
from. They were counting results, but in my view, let me use that word. In my view, I believe the Northerners that you are bashing here now, they are the one that even give Wike that vote that we're talking about.
No, you can't say that. How would you say that?
How would you even know
Then
that?
quote me right now. If I can't say that, you quote me right.
Yeah,
No, nobody can quote anybody right. There is nothing.
To back it up
exactly.
now, so.
That's why I say in my
up.
view. That's what I'm saying. In my view, it's my view. You cannot say me. I
but
cannot say that.
No, you can't.
So you say your view.
Theory,
hold on.
In conspiracy theory, you still have some kind of fact, even if it's not solid to back things up. So this one is just total speculation. So
exactly.
There's no basis.
Let me land the point. Fine. Whatever you believe. What I'm saying is the North that you are talking about, that you are bashing here, that they did whatever they want to do. Politics, we all know, is a game of number, and the North already told us. Even the elders, northern elders already said it, that they have the numbers. And this is one of the tactics that they are going to use again to come back to power. Believe it or not. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Zero,
I really appreciate what you just said. Now, you see, yesterday when I was saying this, I said I give it to Wike. Atiku had the number, the highest number, but Wike won the primary, technically, because Wike performance at his first as his first appearance for this contest to beat Saraki, who had contested. This is the second time that Saraki will contest.
Yes.
To beat Saraki and to beat Tambuwal as well, because Tambuwal knew that he cannot win. That's why he surrendered to Atiku. This guy is the winner. We should be giving kudos to Wike.
He exceeded my expectation, I have to say.
Exactly.
Yes.
Hold on now. He exceeded my expectation. But would he have gotten those numbers had Peter Obi been in play? Would Peter Obi not have gotten those votes that went to Wike? And is it not essentially just collating? It's just corralled Peter Obi's voters? Is there no thing?
No. Peter Obi will have been distant 7th position.
The Southeast would have voted for Peter Obi.
Ajanipoku, you can't be sure as well.
He been out of the race.
Why did the Southeast not vote for Pius Ayim?
No, it's a non-entity now.
It's
a non-entity now.
So let me tell you, a lot of Southeastern delegates voted for Atiku as well. If they want to break it down, a lot of them voted for Atiku. So what are the cry? What are the hue and cry we are making here? As if it's only the Northerner that voted for Atiku. Southeast voted for him. Some of the West voted for him as well. But as a zero was saying, a lot of Northerner voted for Wike as well.
Ajanipoku is A0, not a 0. It's A0.
It's A0. Look at
Is A0. Ajanipoku, where do you think the Southwestern votes would have gone in that primary? Where do you think the Southwestern vote would have gone?
I believe that vote will have been splitted between Atiku and what do you call Wike.
In what percentage? In what ratio?
It might be in the ratio of 60-40 in favor of Atiku, or 70-30, because the Southwest PDP majority Atiku establishment. If I'm just giving 70 now, I'm just trying to be good to Wike. I would have said maybe 90%.
The Yorubas have always had a longer established relationship with Atiku.
Yes, they are the party, the PDP there originated. They are Yaradua group that transitioned into PDP, and they still existed today. So, but let's say, well, in the spirit of Southern president, yes, they give some votes for Wike, and so let me say 60-40. Atiku 60, Wike 40, which is a good performance. But I'm telling you, they have been they've had a long relationship with Atiku, long time relationship from the from the time of SDP to today. So we shouldn't be we Southerners should be better than this, man, than playing foul, than crying, and making noise to high heaven whenever anything don't go our way. We should look at ourselves in the first place, that what have we done wrong to ourselves? Have we done anything wrong to ourselves that prevented us from, winning the contest? That is what we need to look at first, instead of crying that, the Tambuwal stab Wike. They stab Wike in the back. He played the politics, and and Atiku won.
Ajale Koko, let's look at the numbers to actually determine if Tambuwal did actually stab Wike in the back, because everything is in the numbers, and the numbers will tell us. Pardon me. So, coming second to Atiku is Wike with 237 votes. Former Senate President Saraki 70 votes. Governor Emmanuel 38 votes. Governor Bala Mohammed 20 votes. So where within that hierarchy do you think Tambuwal's voting numbers would have been? Would Tambuwal have commanded more delegates than Saraki, do you think?
Well, I think it will have commanded more delegates than Saraki, because in the last contest, 2019, he came second behind he was second. Yeah, to Atiku, yes. So
because maybe the margin difference between Atiku and Wike is 134 votes. So if we're saying, although you can't really say in those terms, but in loose pedestrian terms, does Tambuwal have that 134? Does his support facilitate for that margin? Is essentially where I'm going to. Does he command enough of delegates to have made a difference in that race?
You see, yesterday, what I said here is that since we don't know how many delegates that he surrender in favor of Atiku, we cannot really say that it contributed strongly to the success of Atiku that defeated Wike. So we don't know. We cannot speculate.
Can I say something? Okay.
Go first, D, and then Ola.
Okay. I think it's obvious he actually played a strong and he made the impact for what Atiku got. And what would tell us that again is how Dino Malaye went to lift Tambuwal up after the whole incident. And I think we need to stick to the fact and not make it look as if it didn't really help Atiku in this case. And obviously, we all know Atiku has a hedge all over all of them anyway. So for Tambuwal to give up and step down for him, obviously that really helped Atiku. And Wike's numbers too would have been affected if Peter Obi was still there too. So let's just be factual here and not try to make it look as if Atiku just got Atiku has a hedge all over them anyway.
All right, thank you. So before we go to Ola, it's just that call again. If you look in the comment section, we have over 200 people watching. Thank you. But if you look in the comment section, you'll notice that we are trying to get 100 likes on the stream. I think we only have about 10 or 15 at the moment. So help us out to get that 100 likes very quickly. So I stop going on about it and interrupting the session to ask you to click on like. So click on the like button. And if you're not subscribed, do that as well. So you can just shut me up and then listen to more intelligent people than me. They explain to you what just transpired. One of them, Ola. So Ola, to you.
Yeah, as GOG has rightly said, we have to look at it. We cannot discredit the impact of Tambuwal, because when we are looking at this, we look at this from this angle. The lack of Tambuwal as political structure spread across the Northwest. So when we want to look at the impact now, we look at the impact of the Northwest, not just Sokoto alone. So when you look at the structure, the like of Wike was depending on Tambuwal to secure that region. Had Wike secured that, Tambuwal secure that region for him, maybe he stepped down for Wike, it would have been another thing entirely, because Wike is a person that they know right from the grassroots there. So for him now to shift his support for Atiku, automatically those people that happen to be so it's not going to be Sokoto alone. It's going to spread across the Northwest. They will just move their support for Atiku. I think that's how he won that. So we can't say Tambuwal didn't play a major role. I think Tambuwal, being a renowned person from the Northwest, played a significant role. Because do we want to talk of Saraki? No, Saraki doesn't have that stronghold in the Northwest. So that's just the way it is. So Tambuwal, in my own opinion, played a significant role. Had the guy gone for Wike, probably Wike will have won that election.
No, all right.
One man, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, please. How many Southerner is on the rise?
Well, I'm not sure. Not a lot of them unimportant people.
Two.
So I think really more than two. There's a Pius Ayim. There's one that stepped down for Wike. There's Odom Emmanuel. There's Wike himself. There's just
my question came. My question came from that if they have like consensus among them, will it have overpower Atiku?
No, I don't think any of them were of any real relevance. The only other relevant Southerner that was there was Peter Obi, who stepped down.
I mean, but if they back up like Wike, like their consensus, we would
they
have
don't
win.
have relevance now. What does Ayim has to offer politics? Nothing. He has no delegates. The only person that could have helped him a little bit is Odom Emmanuel or whatever. That's the only person, and he only got under 40. So none of them.
I'm very angry that Atiku still win this thing, so that it will come another. It will be winning every time. Why can't they defeat him? Let's come.
It's politics now. But back to Adan Lekoko. Yeah.
Okay. Look, Tambuwal's support for Atiku, yes, a lot of folk can regard this as significant move that gave Atiku the ticket. But look, sometimes when they are at a contest like that, and the delegates themselves could as well put pressure on their candidate, while the representative for another candidate, putting pressure on him. His own delegate can as well put pressure on him as well that, well, if we are willing to align with anybody, this is who we will be more in favor to align with. So Tambuwal position or decision might have been as a result of a strong negotiation from the Atiku.
They said, sorry, Ajanle Koko, they said during the convention, people, they were actually seated along regional lines. So the southern candidates and posse, they were sat as a group, and the northern accoutrements, their posse, they were sat as a group. And before the elections even started, a lot of the northern seniors were pressuring all of them to step down for Atiku, but they refused. They said they were going to test their popularity, but they didn't stop. They kept on mounting the pressure, and eventually Tambuwal folded because, of course, he knew he wasn't going to get the ticket, so he folded. So I think it was that northern pressure. From the northern seniors that then pushed him. They said, remember who you are, remember whose son you are, remember what you represent. You know those sorts of languages now that if you are hearing from Baba that is telling you, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So what do you expect him to do? When his people, his backbone, the delegate that he brought there are urging him, yes, this is who they will like. If you want to do this, this is who we favor. As a politician, as a leader, he has no other shot. He has to yield to his power base. His power base are the delegate. That is the way it plays out. So for people to start want to mock him or to start want to carry cutlass, spark cutlass on the ground and looking for his head, look, we should just stop it. Why didn't we at our own side do the same thing too? It is politics.
Oh, Moman, can I chip in something?
No, hold on. I think Ola wanted to come in first, but I stopped him because I wanted Ajanle Koko to land that point. So let Ola come in and then you after him. Ola, to you.
No, I think when Ajanle Koko came back to that southern something like he made a very good point, because I was just saying that what if all those elders talked to Tambuwal and Tambuwal didn't step down, like our people? Even elders are talking to our people, they are not stepping down. So that simply means that if those elders, if they've talked to Tambuwal and they didn't step down, maybe Atiku will have lost. And all those elders might have seen that Atiku has global acceptance among Nigerians than Tambuwal. And the guy was reasonable to listen. So at the end of the day...
Sorry, Ola. What about Wike? Because there was a lot of... under conversations that Atiku, he's more marketable than Wike, and if Wike won that primaries, then that means PDP would lose the election, because it's much more difficult to sell Wike than it is to sell Atiku, and that seems right across the party, the undercurrent of sentiment.
Exactly. I think that sentiment of acceptability is the reason they convinced Tambuwal to step down, because we know that Tambuwal overpowered the like of Kwankwaso in the northern west, so it could have just divided the vote from Atiku, and at the end of the day, the fragmentation alone maybe will have allowed Wike to win. So that shows the majority in the northern region, how they listen to themselves and they face the reality, take the emotions away, and just perfect their strategy for the battle. So to me, I would still not downplay that. The fact that Tambuwal listened to the others and pulled out gave that chance to Atiku. Otherwise, maybe both Atiku and Tambuwal would have lost to Wike. At the end of the day, PDP we stand a very faint chance.
All right, thank you. So we're still pushing for the 100 likes. We're only 50 likes on the stream at the moment, well in excess of 200 people watching. Thank you for your viewership, but really click on the like button. That helps out the platform. So Grant, you wanted to add to the conversation.
Yeah, well, Johnny Coco is spot on that one, because I don't see any. What's his name? TAMBUWAL is a grown-up man. He can make his decisions, you know. So for him to support, he might as well decide to support anyone, you know. It's politics, you know. If you're playing your own, I guess Wike played his own politics too. So I don't think even Wike is just a normal thing when you lose an election. I don't think Wike would take it that, you know, that sober. I know he's that kind of a person, but at the end of the day, he's going to come back and be like, oh, let's move on. I'm pretty sure about that. And he did very well.
He's still licking his wounds at the moment, though.
Yeah, at the moment. It's normal.
It's still raw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's normal. So he's going to come back. He's going to be okay.
There is God,
you know?
All right. Before we get back to Ajanleko, thank you, Grant. Before we get back to Ajanleko, let me acknowledge the super chats that has been coming in. Only, of course, ever from Alexander Gomez. So, and Alexander super chats to say, TAMBUWAL tactically handed Atiku the victory. So, Alexander Gomez also of the thought that the deciding factor really was that stab in the back, etu brute, you brutus. There it is right there. It's deep in history. That goes back to Shakespearean time, etu brute, and here it is playing out again in 2022. So etu brute. So etu brute, Wike must be living in cloud cuckoo land if for a moment he thought a northerner would support him at the peril of the north. Gross miscalculation. So that's Alexander again speaking to the conversation via super chat. Wike must be living in cloud cuckoo land if for a moment he thought a northerner will support him at the peril of the north. Gross miscalculation. Schoolboy error. Go back to school. You missed class 3. So you missed class 3, Wike. So Ajanle Koko, politics is a dirty game, and here that affirmation again. Ajanle Koko.
One man, how many votes your friend got?
Who is my friend?
Dele Momodu.
Did they even turn up? He was too busy eating in some restaurants, isn't he? Did they even turn up? Yes, it's Ajale Koko straight. So Ajale
Koko. They didn't call any vote for him.
No, he actually got one vote. So he got one vote.
I've got the list now. I got the list. They told us they didn't even record him. They told us that some woman and some. I have the list. The people that got the vote is some woman and one other, but I don't think it was recorded any vote.
No, it didn't.
That's your half brother, one man, or half brother from the southwest too.
No, it's from the creeks now. It's from the creeks.
No, both sides now. Southwest and from the south side.
No, it's from the creeks. We don't have people like that in Yoruba land.
The mother is a Yoruba woman, so
it's the girlfriend.
Look at that. Yes, but your party man, Dele Momodu, you were there. You come here and tell us that it's an internationally reputed publisher with Owambe magazine, and it's a senior politician, and this, that, and the other. What happened to your man, Ajanle Koko, Dele Momodu? Was he too busy eating?
Look, what I was telling you about Dele Momodu was that he was qualified for.
Oh man, you are a racist. You are a racist.
So I was just telling you that I was telling you back then that he was, qualified for the job, being a publisher of international repute magazine, international reputable magazine rather, and that I believe he can manage the resources well. So, but look, this result of the election clearly show to us that in this kind of contest is a game for big boys. It's not for boys. this contest, you can separate men, you can separate boys from men. Boys are those that did not bring anything to the table. And we don't bring anything to the table, you cannot, you can lead in this kind of contest. What is the name of our brother that ran away, Peter Obi? He didn't bring anything into PDP. So as Dele Momodu, those that we had,
should it be made to
saw
refund
them.
all those monies that it was canvassing of people? Dele Momodu, should it be made to refund the money that it was canvassing to run a fool's errand, fool's gold, pie in the sky nonsense? That it must be made. It should EFCC be called for Dele Momodu.
Why should EFCC be called for him?
Because he's obtained under false pretense.
No,
now is that not 419 obtaining under false pretense? That's 419 now.
No, it's not 419. I mean, he tried.
When you are getting money for something you know you cannot deliver, that's false pretense now. That's 419.
No, it's not false pretense. I mean, the law allows him, to raise public funds to pursue his political dream. And, he has done it. But, the way it plays out in Nigeria is a monetized politics. He couldn't compete well enough like those that have been in the game, those that have structure. And we have seen it clear, the meaning of structure. People that have structures within the party, those are the ones that recorded vote. This is the way it play out. So it is not you just coming from nowhere, jumping into, and you are speaking grammar, or you are breaking down some economic theory.
Can I say something, please?
Yes.
The guy said he's going to share the delegates to 2 ovations. Then they will vote for him.
Look at that.
That's what he said. Yeah.
No, he didn't tell you that. He didn't say that, Thomas.
That's what he said.
No. He didn't say that. What he said
didn't say that.
Was
he didn't say that.
He didn't say that. What he said, I think you are quoting him out of context. What he said was that when he contested under the platform of National Conscience Party, he contested with some other people. And what he did was that he gave them 2 copies, each delegate 2 copies of their Ovation magazine. And to his surprise, and he told them what his plan and everything. And the only thing he gave them was 2 copies of his Ovation. And to his surprise, they gave him the vote. As against others that, maybe they would pay, give out money or some other gifts. He said he didn't give them any money. It's only tell them his vision and what is planned for the country. And he gave them Ovation magazine, and they responded by giving him votes and giving him ticket to be the nominee of the party. So he didn't say that he's going to give PDP this thing. No, it's in that's one. No, what he said there, Thomas.
Anyway, we needed a comical interlude, and he was the comical interlude. It was also like the awada of the process. But
Ajani Koko.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Initially, when we started talking about all this election and all that, and you came with that anthem for Showore, and at some point too, you keep buttressing your point too about Peter Obi, how he has economic plans, and all that. But to my surprise, now you don't even remember Peter Obi's name. And secondly,
so Ajale Koko is no longer it's not the political oracle we thought it was. Ajale Koko,
exactly, because you keep switching and it's quite, I
God
don't know.
bless you.
You've been unstable. It's unstable.
No, that's a bit far.
I mean it's unstable with his statement. It's not stable, of course, because he says he first promote people that have economic. He was even promoting Peter Obi at some point. Like, oh, this guy made sense. He's making sense. He can do things. We need to vote these people out. If we even say Showore doesn't have enough time, he will say, oh, there is more time. Peter Obi stepped down from PDP, went to another party. You totally write him off. You can't even remember his name anymore. I don't think we should be doing this.
No, politics is fluid
think,
now. Politics is fluid and dynamic now. You are always recalibrating in politics.
You recalibrate, but definitely, even the way you condemn is moved away from
has not
PDP.
abandoned. But yeah, because that move is not consistent. That move was not consistent with how a lot of people read Peter Obi. And it was somewhat amateurish. It was an amateurish move. Which
it was not an amateurish move. You wanted him to stay in that party when he know he won't get the ticket for presidency to succumb to be vice president under Atiku.
No, it's to promote his political relevance.
You know what? I just feel I need to say this, but because for me, I think if people really want to vote the right person, Peter will be moving to that Labour Party might play a good part in his ambition. And secondly, what play out in all these primaries might actually work for him positively, even in moving to this. But for me, I don't want us to come here, tell us, oh, let's vote the right people, Then all of a sudden,
you know what Peter Obi did, DOG. It's like wanting to write your final exams at Harvard to get that prestige certification, and then abandoning that and going to community college. So he's left Harvard for community college.
That analogy doesn't
yeah. I support you.
It's gone from Harvard to community college.
You've enrolled in a school and you will now leave the school to go and write.
Is that not what Peter Obi did?
That's
he
not
left
what
Harvard for community college.
But I just want, if you come here, if anybody comes here, like this guy, Sam, has been coming here and has been supporting Tinubu all along. So if you come here and you want us to vote the right people, and you talk about economic prowess and all these things about these people, why not stick to those things? Now, all of a sudden, we switch. Why can't we just stick to, people need to vote the right people and all that? Why are we switching from one link to another?
Is politics fluid?
It is fluid. That's why it moves anywhere.
And then should you then rigidly stick to something that is somewhat no longer tenable?
I'm talking in the point of how we want better for the nation. So if we are preaching something, because a lot of people are listening to us, so if we are preaching, let's preach what we feel is right initially, than switching because of circumstance and situation that is changing just because of just the primaries. You know, that's just my take. You can carry on.
Can I respond?
Sorry, let Ajande Koko
with your money. There's no one now. We are contesting now, Mr. Josie.
Look at that.
I'm still going to message you.
Are you
I'm going to message you.
All right. Let Ajande Koko respond. Respond briefly to DOG, and I want to go to Victor only because I don't want to lose him. But before you respond, Ajande Koko, it's just really to the audience. We're still pushing for that 100 likes, as you can see in the comment section. Well in excess, nearly 250 people watching. So really, it shouldn't be a struggle to get to 100 likes, and that helps the platform to go even more up. And then we have 2,000 people, etc. So that's the power of that thing. So click on like. We need about 40 more to get us to that 100 that we set as a benchmark. And as soon as we hit that 100, then I'll stop interrupting the sessions to belly ache. So stop my belly aching by just clicking on that as we go back to Ajande Koko to respond to what Solly said, and then to round off his thoughts so that I can go to Victor. So back to you, Ajande Koko.
Let me tell you one more.
Not Solly, DOG, sorry, yeah. Back to you. Yeah.
Let me respond to him. So a lot of you here are misunderstanding me. And if you want to continue not to understand my position, that is fine. My position is clear. My position is very, very clear that these two parties are not good for Nigeria. That one is number one. My position is clear that Shore not joining any one of these two parties is the best choice for Nigeria. Not joining them, not romancing with them, not negotiating with them, not forming any form of alliance with them. Perfect. But any politician that joined them, anybody that joined any one of these parties, I believe that you strongly believe in what they stand for. So that's a comma to me in the first place. That you join them, you have a comma right there to me. Your personality is a different thing. If you have a good personality, I can still say, okay, you're a good man. But for the fact that you joined this party, I don't think I can support you if you secure the ticket for that party. And that is what I have with Peter Obi. I have said it consistently. I have distinguished between Peter Obi personality and the party that he joined. I stand here, I have mentioned it here, this guy, for what he did in Anambra, is one of our best. But him joining PDP is not the right thing. It's a wrong judgment in the first place to join the party.
While you are giving him all these accolades, sir, he was in PDP. Now that he now left PDP,
you never know, you never, hold on, let me speak. You have been speaking, man. Let me talk my own.
No, I'm just trying to chip in something, then you will continue.
Stop now. People have heard you. You have said, why do you want to?
Hold on, D. Let Ajanle Koko have the right to reply. Carry on, Ajanle Koko.
You have made your point. You have made your position. Then let me say my own. Why I was giving him this accolade that you are saying that he is good. I like him for, being a distinguished and a person with a good track of record as a former governor that managed the resources of the world. Are you telling me that I have to condemn this guy in totality? I'm not going to condemn. That is where I'm different from you people. I'm not like you or some other people that just want to chastise Sowore that, oh, he's not playing anything where you never see anything good in Sowore. I'm not going to say that this guy is not, for the good side of him, I'm not going to rubbish him out of the good side of him. No, I'm not going to say that. But my own position with him right now for his decision to get out of PDP is because he knew what PDP represents. He joined PDP. He paid 40 million. How can dare you pay 40 million for a process you don't believe in? Only for 3 days to the primary, and now you are voting out and you are saying, they are sharing money, they are this. That is nonsensical. That is nonsensical. That tells me that you are not a stable person. Why are you jumping from pillar to pole? You saw this party. You know everything about this party. This is a party that brought you to limelight. This is a party that gave you vice president in 2019. How dare you telling us? Don't tell us. I have the experience about all these people, these politicians, when they are playing games. And I think that this guy played a foolish game, and I don't want to accept that from him. That is my position. I don't want to accept this foolish game that he played.
Hold on. Let Ajanle Koko have the final word on that space, and I want to move on. Yeah.
This is what I don't like. We are talking. I can't chip in. I can't wait for when you finish. I can't talk. I just want to move on. That's fine. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We can carry on.
Hold on, because you've done this quite a couple of times now. Let me direct the proceedings. You know, that is what will happen, and that is what has to happen. So if I tell you hold on, then you just hold on. It's for reasons of time. It's for the numbers of people waiting. It's I don't want a prolonged and protracted conversation around something that is not of real significance. So when I say hold on, just do that. Ajale Koko, round off your thoughts, and I'll go to Victor.
Okay. So I don't want to accept this game that he played from him, because I know he played a very bad politics, bolting out of PDP. He saw it clearly written on the wall that he will be badly defeated, and that will kill the momentum that he has galvanized on the internet and across the country, and that will ridicule him. That will make him look like that he is not strong, as people is shouting about him. And in order not to kill that momentum that he has gathered in recent time, that is why he quickly moved out of PDP. It cannot tell me that he doesn't know that it is a monetized politics they play in PDP. He was there in 2009. He saw, 2019. He saw the way they play it out, and he remained in the party up to today. So look, when one of us have done something wrong, if we cannot say it, if we want to hold on to our useless tribal sentiments or sectional sentiments, and cannot hold him accountable that you have done wrong, and if we fail to hold him accountable, then we will all fail. So this guy, it did it wrong. He failed this time around, and he failed the interest of the Igbo in the PDP. PDP is a party that Igbos are invested so much in from the day one of PDP, and he has jumped into the limelight, leading their cause in this race. He has positioned the Igbo interest well in that party now, but for him, at this minute to step down, I don't like it, and that's why I think he play a game of desperation, and that is why I said he has done it. He has done it wrong. So I don't hate him. Don't think that I'm jumping from pillar to post. No,
I think you made the point.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Ajanle Koko. So thank you, Ajanle Koko. Let me acknowledge Charlie Boy's super chat, and then I'll go on to Victor. So Charlie Boy took super chats to say, I don't know why super chatting to say it. He never says anything other than this. They hate the Igbos. Let my people go from Nigeria. So Charlie Boy, as though you don't tell us enough of that every day, you super chat it. So this is Charlie Boy super chatting. I'll guess what he's saying. No prices for guessing. I'm telling you one man, they hate the Igbos. Let my people go from Nigeria. So let my people go, as a Charlie Boy has now made himself an emperor with the people. So Emperor Charlie Boy to Victor. So Victor, are you there?
Yes, I am here. One more.
So brilliant. Good to have you, Victor. So Victor, then, your soundings on what played out in PDP yesterday. Atiku emerges, as a lot of people expected that he would, but all the machinations, all the Machiavellian maneuvers, the stab in the back by TAMBUWAL that people are calling, that people feel was what moved the paradigm. However it happened, whatever and however, Atiku now, the person to conjure with. So what are you making of all that, Victor?
Okay, yeah, I've been listening from the beginning. There are some things we need to get right. Southwest, Southeast did not give vote. We all know the truth that more in the main, these votes are being bought. Well, like I like to state it as it is. You're all right. Nobody gave any vote. These votes are not for free. They are bought. We know. So let's whoever has won has played that normal thing they used to play and has won. And let's not try to pretend that there is anything to it. That's exactly what played out. And we know that's how it's also going to play out in APC. We know these things, So that's it. And actually, if I were P2P, I would leave. All right. look, just like Ajale Koko was saying, that he bought the votes of the Southeast and all these things. These are the difference in this man's approach. He told you what he wants to do, and he is doing what he decides to do. He didn't ask you for money to do it. So this is what me as a person I would do. If you find out what this association has been skewed this way, and you actually, his style of arguments shows you that he wants to do things the other way around. He does not want to spend money. If it's going to end up that money is going to be spent, he might as well quietly leave. There is nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And there is this one very important thing I want us to actually always bear in mind. Yeah? What we say here has a lot of influence, and a lot of something I've noticed in this country now is that everybody, even the barrel pusher, is now a political analyst, and that thing is edging towards the dangerous part, because it makes people already have a predetermined destination or a predetermined conclusion of how things are going to pan out. And it even stops them from doing that very simple task that they have of sitting down quietly, asking yourself, who in my own principles and mentality deserve my vote? And just doing that simple task of going to vote that person, and not trying to be the political umpire or political analyst and trying to sum up the whole thing or preempt what 2023 may look like. We can actually, at the end of the day, still make people understand that, man, do your own part. Just let things be, So I think,
Victor, so the questions are, because we, as you imagine, discussed this at length yesterday, and there were 3 questions that I was asking everybody, which I'll put to you as well, because you, of course, one of the noted voices on this platform. So that question from yesterday is ATIKU'S victory good or bad for Nigeria? 1, and who would you think it would be his ideal running mate? So you can either name an individual or a region for that. And how do you think, and is Peter Obi looking back in regret? So is ATIKU'S victory yesterday with the PDP good or bad for Nigeria? Who would you see as his ideal running mate, either individual or region? And is Peter Obi looking back with regrets? So just a quick response to that, Victor.
Okay, ATIKU'S emergence is good for Nigeria. Because we all can make of it what we want, Secondly, the second question was where he might pick his...
where or who?
I think it will have to go to the south, you can already see... you can already see...
South, though.
I don't know who really is on the front burners in the Southwest PDP. I don't know the guys that are really... It looks like Southwest now has quite a number of guys in the APC who are very active there. More of the big guys there, But I'm also looking at the Southeast. There is also no really strong guy there. Since Peter Obi has left, I don't think because I think to them it's all about who brings in the votes and who carries. And for now, he may have to really do a good job, because I don't see that standout guy since Peter Obi has left.
Peter Obi has just congratulated ATIKU. So do you think he's trying to make his way back to come and occupy what people anticipated? Yeah.
This guy is different. Let's just understand it. This guy is totally very different. He's not your everyday Nigerian kind of politician.
He doesn't want to collect his own yam. Everybody likes yam now.
You know,
Everybody likes yam.
like,
Do you not like yam?
If you had listened to what Wike said when he came to Anambra, it was just flat out just disrespecting Peter Obi. But that didn't make Peter Obi go to. He doesn't even respond to those kind of things. He responds to issues, and that is the difference with him. You know, so I don't think whoever, he has said it and he has been showing it. He is desperate to make the country work, but not desperate to be president. That's what it is. He actually went to ATIKU'S declaration, and everybody was going crazy about it. But that is him. To him, it's not about being. It's not about. I think he's very good at having his own brand. That's what I call a man. Decide what you want and be it. You know. So
all right. So it's not looking back with regrets. Then you don't think?
No. People don't. I don't think. If he was going to regret anything, he would actually be regretting not going for Senate or trying to be in that power line or that. But I don't think he hasn't come. He hasn't shown that in any way.
All right, thank you, Victor. So, Victor, as you know, the afternoon sessions are short, so it's just we just want to wrap it through it. So I'll go on from you, Victor, to DOG. But before I go to DOG, so that call again to hit that 100 likes. So if you see in the comment section, you see that we set a target for 100 likes on this stream. So well in excess of 250 people watching. So if everybody clicks on the like button, then you will shut me up permanently so that we can focus just on the conversation. We're about 20 or so likes from the target. So get us quickly over that target, if you will, as we go to DOG to sample his opinion. So DOG, you know the conversation. The treachery by TAMBUWAL. Atiku takes the victory nevertheless. And, Wike not congratulating him. So all of that are DOG.
I think obviously I wouldn't have expected TAMBUWAL to support Wike when it comes to picking up between Atiku, because number one, you will look at who can win your election. Number two, TAMBUWAL obviously is Hausa or Fulani or whatever it is, so they are from the same side. They practice the same religion, so it would rather support Atiku. And based on, if you look at Atiku can actually win you, guarantee you vote more than Wike when it comes to the election. And for Wike not congratulating Atiku, we all know the type of person Wike is. Wike doesn't care. He doesn't care. We just do what he
thinks. Do you think it's just too raw for it? Because that victory, it was so close. And then he will say TAMBUWAL as treachery. So does it need a moment just to lick his wounds? It's only human.
Yeah, they will still come back on board and talk. But that guy too, I think that's the kind of person. That's how he plays his own game. And even the way he plays his game, most of us here condemn how he talks, how he does, but he definitely actually worked for him to some extent. If you look at if you look at the numbers he got, and I'm quite impressed. He has spent a lot of money. I was looking at the convoy of the buses, branded buses he got. As in, I lost count. The convoy was not ending till the video finished.
A lot of stolen money.
You know, so they've spent all our money in doing these things.
Thank you for correcting yourself.
No, we all know that. I don't have to state that. Everybody know where the money is.
No, you have to state it. Oh, you have to. So people don't know. Please.
People know. People know all this.
Solid.
So people thought it was from his savings, Abi, that he was buying
What
it.
you want? No, some people talk about the money like it's their own money. Oh, Atiku is rich. Oh, our money. Oh, wow.
Atiku is a hardened criminal. You know, it's a.
Yes.
Is he going to be governing Nigeria from Dubai? Is the thing?
Politically correct. Let's say it for what it is. Thank you.
Peperempe.
You know. Is it going to be governing Nigeria from Dubai? Is the thing? Yes, DOG.
It's possible.
Yeah, so
Many
I'm not
govern their
surprised,
country from
but
Abuja.
for me, I just feel with what is going on, we are not even guaranteed a free and fair election, because even with the primaries, a lot of cheeky things were going on around about them. Even this guy that we were talking got the ticket. Apparently 2 days ago, Banky W, they've given the ticket. He won.
Have they given him? I think they took it
They
back
gave it
from
to
him.
someone else. They gave it to someone else.
This is it now. The end of.
So,
welcome to the real world.
So I want to
What
believe.
party was Banky W in?
PDP.
One man. This is the end of PDP. I've been saying it.
So, and I said it yesterday solely too, like the way PDP is going about, they are going to like run themselves out of the game. Fine, they might get some vote from the north, but with the way things are going, that's what I'm saying, it might even be positive. Whatever the outcome of APC2 is, might actually be positive and work for the good of Peter Obi. And I think the third force we've been calling for is what Peter Obi is giving us now, honestly. And
why would you think that? So why do you think that? Why do you think Peter Obi represents the third first?
Because number one, he has left the two strongest party because he knew 100%, and we all here, nobody would tell us here that he doesn't know Atiku will be the one that will get the ticket. It was just the issue of zoning that was really making PDP prolong their primaries for this long. And him moving to Labour, obviously, a lot of people want Peter Obi. So if I'm going to election to vote, I'll go and vote for Peter Obi. So whatever plays out with the outcome of APC and doesn't favor some people, makes it easy for other people that would have choose another aspirant that didn't get tickets in the election to now even think of, okay, why not Peter Obi? This guy sounds like he know what he's doing. So this party will, with the games they are playing, they are going to make themselves easy to break when the election comes. If Peter Obi can put things in place and put people to work for him. And for me, I think I really admire what the guy has done, because he realized he won't get the ticket. And at least some people, if that guy and Oshibanjo contest, it will be 50-50. So I think he has done he has made the right move, because he would have been jettisoned like all the rest in PDP, and we would have been waiting to now say, oh, we will now be telling him to go and take vice president with Atiku. Why would they want to do that? So the guy has made the right move.
I don't want to say laboring the thought, but are you giving consideration to a possibility that Peter Obi could be the president in 2023? Is that a thought that you're having?
There's a possibility if we have free and fair election, because number one, if it will be free and fair and there won't be any rigging, a lot of people are awake in that country.
Are you dreaming? Are you dreaming?
I'm not dreaming. Everybody have their own opinion.
It look like he's dreaming. Can I interject?
Everybody, you can't interject. Let me finish.
Hold on. Land your point. And
now
then
me actually
interject. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. No, land your point and then let Ajan Lekoko. You land your point, DOJ, and then Ajan Lekoko interject.
Yeah, because obviously, if we believe he can't win election, why would Ajan Lekoko be preaching for Showore back in a few months here? If Peter Obi now can't win, if we can't accept that Peter Obi can win, why should we believe all the things Ajan Lekoko was preaching for us about Showore in the past few weeks and months here? So for me, I believe if the people are ready for change in that country, and like our sister that came, I've forgotten that name. H.O. was saying if they can do if people can wake up like the things they did in Edo State, I think if people really come out and vote and they made the election free and fair, and somebody like Tinubu didn't get ticket in APC, it might go Peter Obi's way, because obviously Abga is going to support him.
all right. Even your daughter is saying, let Ajan Lekoko interject. So listen to your daughter. Let Ajan
She
Lekoko.
doesn't know who Ajan Lekoko is.
I know. I'm sure she does. The voice now. But yeah. So Ajan Lekoko, you wanted to come in.
Okay. I think it's partially making my point for me. What makes him believe that Peter Obi can win in a free, fair election and Showore cannot win? You will come here. You want to disparage, you want to say Showore is not
I can give you my point. I can give you why I've said that. He's being practical. I'm being practical. You were not being practical.
You are not practical. You don't know politics. That's why you are talking like that.
Don't tell me I don't know politics.
You don't know politics.
I was born in politics. I was raised in politics. So
you never practice politics before.
Hold on, everybody. D, let Ajande Koko put it to you so you can counter it. But if you cut him halfway, then you don't even know where it's taking you. So take him there and then he can counter back.
Yes, I am the one being promoting Showore here. Let us be courageous. Let us go for Showore. You are one of the strongest voice. You are anti-Showore, number one anti-Showore on this platform. And now you are saying Peter Obi can do better. He can win election. What makes you believe he can win election that Showore cannot win the election?
It was simple.
Let me finish now.
Okay,
every time you don't want somebody to
I
talk.
thought you have finished. I wanted to answer.
I have not finished. How can you thought I have not finished?
Carry on, Ajan Lekoko, carry on. Yeah.
Obi is taking nothing into this party. Labour Party have no representative across the country, as well as Showore Party. So how do you want to place Obi? How do you want to see him as winning the next election and Showore cannot? So look at the contradiction to yourself. You are contradicting yourself. You were post Showore here. 24
That's what
hours.
you think.
And then you were, okay, just go on.
So they respond to that, and then I'll move you on to another talking point.
It's very simple, Mr. Jale Koko. Initially, when we were talking about Showore, I even said I've been supporting Showore myself. But the way he's going about his politics is not practical with the way politics is being played in Nigeria. When it was meant to be working.
So Obi is playing it the way politics is played in Nigeria?
Hold on, let me finish.
Obi is playing it the way politics is played in Nigeria?
They are two different people. They are two different people, and their situation and circumstances different.
Oh, okay.
It's quite different from each other. And you have to put all these things in play when you think about the whole thing. Number one.
Keep dreaming. Yeah.
I'm not dreaming. Not dreaming. It's my own opinion. You have your opinion, it's your opinion. But for me, I don't see Showore playing politics. Have we seen Peter Obi going to court back and forth? Have we seen Peter Obi all the while they were all trying to be president? Showore was the only one that was not focusing more on gathering momentum, for forming alliance with people.
Do you know the Peter Obi you are talking about has joined PDP twice?
Even one man will be saying, let him finish. Now I'm speaking. You don't want me to finish.
Carry on.
Okay, you can carry on.
No, carry on. Settle down, D.
You're not fighting now.
Can you hold on? Okay, everybody settle down. Settle down, DOG. It's a discussion, not a battle. But
but
bring the tempo down and carry on. So bring the tempo down and carry on. You still have the floor, DOG.
So that's my take with Showore. I don't have anything against Showore. I would prefer any of him or Peter Obi because they are something different and they sound like they know what they are talking about and they look like they have passion to want to make that real change that we want. But what I'm saying is, at the time I was talking about Showore, I was not condemning Showore, which I always hammer here, even to people in the comments, that I'm not trying to condemn Showore. It's just the way he's playing his politics. When other people are trying to gather momentum for the election, Showore is busy protesting, doing other stuff that will affect and make the government of the day lock him up. And if you are doing that back and forth, they even restricted his movement to Abuja. So how does that even help him with his ambition? So he's trying to do two things. And that's why sometimes one man will call him is he an activist or is he a politician? Which one does he want to choose?
Is an Aluta guy.
Yeah, Aluta guy, that kind of thing. Yeah. So in this case of Peter Obi wants to make a change. Fine, he has been in a party, but even while being in this party, he was making sense to us. But if I see that, okay, I want to make a difference, even though I was in a party that I think can propel me, because we all know that party play a part in Nigerians' election from the past. But things are changing in that country. People have suffered to the extent that a lot of people just want that change now. And that is why I've stated Peter Obi, I've seen that his chances are slim in getting the ticket with PDP. So what is bad if a man thinks, okay, if I go to a Labour, and he has chosen the right party, is a party that is everywhere nationwide. It's not
party on the ground. Nobody knows.
Let me finish
it's
now.
Not party on the ground.
Let me finish. Because for me, I always admire the way you even stay on that Showere thing. But I'm always trying to tell you then that I'm not tackling you in us supporting Showere. I'm just trying to pinpoint the things I think Showere is not doing right at that point in time. Back then, some people can remember here if they can actually do. But now, what I'm saying is, if we've been clamoring for the third force, I don't even see Showere at the third force. I think the move Peter Obi has made has given us the third force we wanted. And why are we condemning him for that move? That is my point.
It is PDP. It is PDP that make Peter Obi. It is not Peter Obi that made PDP.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
All the fame he had today, it is PDP platform that make it possible for him.
It doesn't. So he went into gubernatorial election under Abga.
Don't worry. We're going to election. Election will tell us.
It's like
Labour Party
Messi
is a party that is not that have no representative in any part of Nigeria. Is the same as for Red Party. So let's see what is going to change in that party. Let us see it.
All right. Ajanle Koko and DOG, as we both know them well, they are both as strong-minded as each other. So none of them is going to give space. So with your permission, gentlemen, I'll move on to Grant. But before I move on to Grant, it's just for pressure of time because people wanted that conversation to carry on from the comment section. But just for pressure of time and to make sure that as many people speak as possible, I want to move on to Grant. But before I move on to Grant, let me acknowledge the super tasks that are coming in. A lot of them to the conversation between Ajanle Koko and the DOG. So Adebisi Adedoyin, who has discovered the super chat button recently, is now using it with some frequency. It says, Uncle Ajanle Koko, DOG knows politics with good insight. Overall, your arguments are good for politics. So the exchange, so long as the language is civil, is something that is welcome. Because politics, if we're all agreed, or if voices are not charged, and you don't hear quiverings in people's voices, then they're not being sincere in their opinion. So the passion you heard from both of them is sincerity. But did that passion spill over? So did that passion spill over? Alexander Gomez super chats to speak to that. It says, DOG, Borofagba, please. So I'll rephrase what Alexander said. It says, DOG, Borofagba, please. You are a Yoruba man. Our culture is imperative to our being. You are sounding somewhat heightened. So let me rephrase that. So apologies for rewarding your super chat, Alexander. But DOG Borofagba, please. You are a Yoruba man. Our culture is imperative to our being. You sound somewhat
I'm not being rude in any way. We are just having a conversation. I'm trying to state my point because I respect Ajanle Koko, but that doesn't mean I should succumb to what he's saying. I've not said anything wrong to Ajanle Koko since we've been talking. But what I don't like is when Ajanle Koko is talking, if you want to chip something in, you can't chip something in. But when you are talking, he wants to chip something in. Everybody should have a fair chance of having their flow and speaking what is their mind.
All right. Thank you, DOG. So so thank you, DOG. So let's. Have we lost Grant? Grant, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right. So you've been following the topic of conversation. Very emotive, as you'd expect. We're talking about the future of well in excess of 200 million people, according to their statistics. But the article space still dominating the headlines. His victory, you've not spoken on that. We discussed that at length yesterday. Is it good or bad for Nigeria? Wike's response, is it somewhat, is it unsportsmanly the way Wike is responding? Or is it understandable that the wound is still raw? Tambuwal's treachery, or is it treachery or just politics? So all of that, grand.
For Atiku, I don't know really if, well, if you want to look back to what they did Obasanjo's time, I don't know. There's so many debate on it because some people will say he was trying to stab Obasanjo in the back, stuff like that. So again, we don't know his personality per se, but if you're judging with Obasanjo's regime, then yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, at least you can give them a 70 thereabout. So if it all depends. I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's good as well. So yeah. So the next question you said
Was it an act of betrayal, Tambuwal supporting Atiku instead of Wike, who supported him in 2019?
Well, it's politics, and then Wike shouldn't feel. Wike is a politician, like grassroots. So he should know that. He should always have in mind, oh, this is going to happen. Just put it in mind, okay, if this happens, what am I going to do? What am I supposed to do at that point? So he should have had a plan B. That's what I think. They are playing themselves, so I don't think, he should take it, the wrong way. He's someone who is very strong anyways. He's going to take harder. He's going to bounce back. So, yeah. But I don't think he's going to... It's just like the wound is still fresh, right? So he's going to feel it a little bit, and then he's going to come back. Okay, shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, but I don't think it's a stab. It's not a stab. It's politics. It happens. You should have a plan B, plan C, even, or D, if possible, just in case. Okay, Tambuwal. Oh, we've seen Tambuwal is supporting Atiku. What's our next step right now? What are we supposed to do right now? This is a possibility. He's a northerner, so he might go this way. What am I supposed to do at that time? So you're supposed to have that plan B or C as a politician at that moment. And this is going to send a message to the APC as well, send a message to Tinubu, hey, this is what's going on. Right now, I'm supposed to have a plan B, C, D. Just in case if this kind of thing happens, what am I supposed to do? It's politics. I love it. It's nice. Yeah.
All right. It's exciting stuff, isn't it? Just what's going on. It's better than cinema, Nigerian politics.
Yeah,
you can't. If Hollywood presented Nigerian cinema, Nigerian politics on the screens, people will say it's too ridiculous, it's too far fetched.
Yeah,
but it's unbelievable. Grant, let me represent you the Ohaneze in position, and you can untangle it for us. So I presented it, but let me refresh it in your memory, and then you untangle it for us. So mute yourself for a moment. 2023, Atiku will never be president, Ohaneze declares. The apex Igbo social-political organization Ohaneze Indigo Worldwide has declared that the People's Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar will never become Nigeria's president. The body in a statement condemned the election process, describing it as an erratic and corrupt process that was overseen by the unpatriotic northerners against the southern part of the country. Ohaneze Secretary General Mazi Okechukwu Isigozoro stressed that the IGBOS would rise up against Atiku, adding that his presidential campaign will be rejected in the southeast. He said, "It is amusing that PDP is now a political party for the northern region." So this space, I never put it together. But now Ohaneze puts it together. So have thoughts on this. He said, "It is amusing that PDP is now a political party for the northern region, with Dr. Iyochia Ayu as PDP chair, Walib Jibril as the Board of Trustee Chair and Atiku Abubakar as 2023 presidential candidate. So I never even put it together, but it looks as though all of the decision spaces within the PDP are held by the Northerners. PDP has fulfilled her threat to sideline the IGBOS in 2023, and we will carefully answer back to them. Another Northerner, Senator David Mark, supervised the process that skimmed out the Igbo from PDP. The consequence of the 2022 PDP convention will be the discontinuity of milking Igbo votes by a party that butchered the Igbo dream. We are waiting for APC presidential primary to take the final decision on whether or not Igbos will participate in the 2023 elections. Atiku Abubakar will be opposed in the Southeast, and no Igbo is anticipated to champion or project Atiku presidency in the East. Nobody is going to take the risk of campaigning for Atiku in the East, since the PDP is now a regional northern political party. Atiku will not have Igbo support him in 2023. He cannot be the next president of Nigeria. So there it is right there. That's a position of the Ohaneze. Oh, hold on, there's one more last sentence. It says, Indigbos will rise against PDP and Atiku as a price for PDP's ingratitude and dishonesty against the Igbos. So that is the Ohaneze position, but untangle that for us, Grant.
Yeah, they have a point, trying to, because I know the Igbos have, they voted the PDP for a very long time. When Obasanjo, good Lord, even Atiku himself, So it's natural for you to cry, that way, But again, it all boils down to the games you play. I talk about this politics. I talk about having a plan B and C, because that's the way, I work my own things. So if we have been deep rooted in PDP, like having a very good root, grassroots politicians in PDP, I'm not sure we'll be having these issues right now. So I would say, of course, it's wrong what is going on in PDP, and I know definitely that the Igbos will not definitely vote for PDP in the next election. That one is for sure. So for them to say that, they don't even need to say that for everyone to know, anyways.
But will it not depend on who APC presents? But although we're expecting all their votes to go to Peter Obi wherever, and it looks as Labour Party now,
Yeah. So for sure they won't vote for PDP in the next election, and that's a big problem for Atiku as well. And then I just feel this will send a message to the Igbos as well, to be able to play their politics in grassroots, be the grassroots politicians in these parties, because I think that's what happened in PDP. I'm not sure if they had that. They were voting quite all right, but I'm not sure they have that people in the PDP that will say, oh.
But Grand, my brother.
Yeah.
Can I say something and ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you think anybody need the Southwest to win an election in Southeast to win an election in Nigeria? Why I say that is that last election, Buhari got only 400,000 from the 5 Southeast states, and he won the election. So if they can't put a threat because they don't have the numbers, isn't it?
No, but you still need them. You still need them.
But they are not a threat. That's what I'm saying.
No, but look at it this way. The way people are looking at it now, if you look at it from Atiku's point of view, the South, you're looking at the South entirely. Because most of the South will probably not want to go with Atiku as well because of what have happened in the PDP. And then they're not. It all depends on what happens in the APC. If APC brings out a starter
my brother, Yoruba will vote for Atiku.
Vote for Atiku.
See,
it's not like he won't even see some votes. He's gonna. What I mean is like massive votes from these places. He's not gonna get that kind of massive votes. You are thinking now? No way. I'm telling you. So it all depends on what happens in the APC. If a Southerner comes out in the APC, that's it. What happens? Then the whole game is changed. But again, with the meeting that they had, I know it's going to be a case of rigging, crazy rigging this time around. And Atiku is ready to go all out. You need to understand that. Atiku wants to be the president by all means. Okay, so whichever way he's going to get there, at this point, he has so much experience, huge experience. This is the last he can. So he's going to try as much as possible. And he has allies in APC. So I don't even know how it's not about voting again, I don't think. But it's going to be crazy this time around anyways.
Yes, it's going to be, you know, you will see grown-ups cry in public. It's
going to be crazy. And for people saying there might be no Nigeria, I think I'm seeing that in a way because it's going to be a very crazy time. There will be massive rigging and it's going to be crazy. And people might rise up and it's going to be crazy.
It's almost certain that people will revert back to their ethnic trenches. So if the Southwest is diddled out of the APC ticket, then you are not getting any prize for concluding that the Southwest will revert to regional politics. Ohaneze are already telling us that they've reverted to regional politics. And if they feel that they don't have the control over their own destiny, then why should they continue to be part of the contraption, as Kanunta Kanu calls it, or called Nigeria? So it's dangerous times. It's tread carefully. This is where
very
we are now.
Yeah. And the problem we're having is even the Buhari, I don't know if he's seeing what is going on, anticipating it. You know, I don't think so. His own is, whatever. Who cares?
He doesn't have a clue, does he? It's just a mala, isn't it? It's the worst thing. That guy could prove to be the worst thing or the best thing that has happened to that country, that Malam Buhari.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that want ethnic nations, Buhari could be that tipping point that tips us to that ethnic nation. So we get our Yoruba nation, the Easterners get their Eastern nation, and whoever else can go and sort their own destinies out, because the way this politics is played now, we saw surreptitious meetings between Mia Malabuni, Ahmed Lawan, Atiku Abubakar.
Yeah.
So why would Atiku be meeting with those people?
Exactly.
If not there's only one conversation that they can be having, which will be the presidency. Who gets it? And what will they be saying to him? They are not asking him to drop his ambition. They are giving him reassurances. They are not they are not friends. They are not saying, which restaurant are we going to? Which cinema are we going to watch? No, they're there to talk about the presidency. We saw it, So
another thing, one man, the fear now is even, if they even give it to Tinubu, for instance, Atiku and these guys in APC, the way they will turn against him, a turn against Tinubu is going to be like a magic. That is another fear. So I don't know.
Why would they turn against Tinubu though? Why would they?
It's just like what played out in this election, this primaries right now. So like the meeting they also had with Lawan and all that. Those are the things we're talking about. So it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy time, but let's see.
The Nigerian politics is both difficult to predict and easy to predict. When we started off with this presidential process, all of the permutations was that it's going to be Atiku versus Tinubu. Then in the course of the politicking of it, everybody thought everybody's chances was dead and buried. Although nobody really thought Atiku was dead and buried, he maintained that position all the way through. So Atiku now comes through, but Tinubu now, does he come through then? So that we go back to where we started, that it was always going to be about Atiku and Tinubu. But who can the PDP APC present to counter Atiku?
Look at them moving the elections again by 6 days, right? I don't know what these guys are planning. A lot of things are going on there for sure. You know, there's so many things going on we don't know. But in order for Buhari to just, you know, kind of kill the whole tension right now, I think Tinubu will be his best bet. But again, we are dealing with people that don't care whatever is happening. You know,
yeah, we saw it with TAMBUWAL now. It's tribe and religion over everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't care about anything. They'll be like, this is the person we are living. That's it. You see him traveling everywhere. These guys, they don't care. They push out who they want to push out. Whatever you want to do. And I will send you. You know, what you want to do. You know, so
you know he's booked to run away again. So as soon as he comes back from Equatorial Guinea, he's off to Spain to escape again.
He's off to Spain, yeah. So he doesn't. I think he doesn't want to have any talks with anyone because he knows.
No, he doesn't want any aggro. He's already made his decision.
Yeah,
he knows
the likes of everyone will be coming around, so he doesn't want to see anyone at all. He will just see them in the main day, and then do what he wants to do, and then that's it.
He will just go to Spain and switch his phone off, and that's it.
Allow people head to enjoy. That's it.
Interesting time. So thank you, Grant. So let's go from you, Grant, to Ola. I'll say if he's still there. Ola, are you still with us?
Yes, please.
Oh, all right, brilliant. So Tinubu then, of course, the first to congratulate Atiku Abubakar, saying, well done, that is a long satiated politician who has been vying for this position since 1983. So it comes as no surprise to him that Atiku won the ticket, that is a patriot, and all of these words that you expect to hear from him. See you on the field in February 2023 was what Tinubu said to Atiku. So is Atiku being presented as PDP? Does that permutate in favor of Tinubu, or does it not? Or does it not matter at all that the cabals have already made their decision to foist a consensus Goodluck Jonathan on the space? So all of that in a short summary, Ola.
Well, to start with, Tinubu is a proper politician. So when I say proper politicians, is a grassroots guy that can actually drive emotions of people to his side, even irrespective of his shortcomings. So likewise Atiku. So all these, some things we theorize sometimes, we live in the basis of politics. It doesn't work in most cases. Now, Tinubu may not necessarily get APC tickets. But for the fact that Tinubu, like I said, has his own structure, where maybe his preferred structure would have been APC, but if APC will not give him based on gang up, Tinubu is not totally out of the political structure in the Southwest, and maybe he still has some kind of loyalists, those people that can see associate with him outside the Southwest. Now, yeah, will Tinubu contest against Atiku in 2023? Maybe, but maybe not under APC. We never know what is going to happen. So, to me, based on what I understand about him, based on what I think Tinubu can do, I think it stands the chance of contesting against Atiku in 2023. But the platform, I don't know until I know. So there's nothing wrong about that. Then one thing I need to add is that politics is not about emotions. It's just about facts. The fact on ground, is what you speak to. If you cannot associate with those people on ground, better forget about politics. That is why sometimes when we speak about Showore and all those people that are just political actors, it's just because they don't understand how politics works. The way politics works is that you find some people that can relate with you. There may be someone that is paying school fees for some people in the locality. You raise that person to hold a space for your political party in the grassroots. By the time you win enough number, maybe in 60, about 700 local government, you have like maybe 300 that you'll be able to implant of people there that people can connect with. You that you are contesting as the president does not matter sometimes. It is what the people in the grassroots tells them that, oh, this is who you are going to vote for, that your school fee that you used to pay is going to be possible. Tinubu is in that category. It's in that category. So that's why I'm saying I cannot rule out Tinubu contesting in 2023, but under what party? So to me, yeah, see you in 2023. I will give it to Tinubu and Atiku that time.
All right. So one way or the other, Abi. See you one way or the other.
Exactly, because both of them are serious politicians, right? Because every other people, they are just most of them are Nollywood actors that they are failing from the basics. The basic political calculation, they have failed. So how will they win? Like Dele Momodu we are talking about, for example. If Dele Momodu comes to my village, who knows him? It doesn't even have someone in that locality that can say, okay, this is the person I would like to present. That's exactly what the like of Dino Melaye did for his friend, Bukola Saraki. Even Bukola Saraki is still a grassroots man, but when you are talking of grassroots now, what's your extension? So, like Peter Obi, for example, now his grassroots is in Southeast, but is he managing to get someone that people knows in the Northwest to hold his space for him? Definitely not. Exactly, that is where Wike failed. For example, Wike is unable to hold Tambuwal, who control the Northwest, and that is why Atiku could easily lever him out. So one way or the other, except Tinubu is ready to give up, that's the only reason we will not see his name on the ballot paper in 2023. It might not be APC, it can be another party.
All right, thank you, Ola. So thank you, Ola. So let's go on from Ola to Thomas. Thomas, are you there? All right, let's go to engineer.
Yeah.
All right. So Thomas, the same space as Ola. Tinubu welcoming Atiku's victory. You know, they are long and deep in politics. He is more of a friend to Atiku than he ever can be to Malam Buhari. So he's saying then, so well done for getting yours. I am in the process of getting mine, and then I'll meet you on the field, and we will duke it out. So Tinubu then, he feels emboldened by Atiku's victory, but should he? Thomas.
Woman, good evening everyone once again. Yeah. I'm not saying Tinubu on that ticket in the APC. But I'm saying him in other party. But will it fly? I don't think so. My thought and my permutation is if APC jettison him, he will just do it. Ojo afọ Foton Ijalundasile. He will just move with Atiku, maybe just galvanize him and forget about the presidency. That is just what came into my mind. If they jettison him in APC, he will forget about the presidency. He will walk swiftly for Atiku to even just scatter everything. Because if he can't get the ticket in APC, I don't think there's any party he can go now that will be relevant to give him the presidency come 2023. If anybody is deceiving you, don't be deceived. This two party is the one that will produce the next president in Nigeria. Labour Party, Habga, NNPP, they are deceiving themselves. So if you don't get ticket in this two party, you are deceiving yourself. So that is just my permutation, woman.
All right, thank you, Thomas. So Thomas, let's go on from you to who have we not heard from? Let's go to Ejiro. So yeah, we come to you in the final through engineer. So we saw you go out, we saw you come back home, and all of it. We're still here just talking gibberish. So let's hear from Ejiro. So Ejiro, to the Tambuwal possible treachery space. So are you seeing it as an act of betrayal by Tambuwal, or is it just politics, Ejiro?
One man, thank you again for having me. As usual, it's politics. Tambuwal did what he needed to do, for his brother to rise. That's what politics is all about. It's a beautiful game if you play it well. And it's a game of numbers. Like I said before, the North has already told us that they have the numbers, and those words speaks volume. It might sound like a joke, but for me, my own permutation, I would say the North are not ready to concede power at all. If somebody thinks Buhari is going to give power to the South, we are daydreaming. This is my view and my opinion. We are daydreaming because that man has done so many things that he needs a cover. He needs somebody to shield him. And with the kind of government he run too, APC has failed woefully. You know, so if Atiku tomorrow comes out and win, obviously Buhari is going to give him the power. He's going to congratulate him. One is his brother from the north. Two is a Fulani man like him. I know he knows Atiku can be able to give him that solid cover that he needed. You know, so the way I look at this whole thing is the way it stands now. If you ask me, like we all know, Labour Party, Peter Obi is there. It's going to be Peter Obi. APC is either Jonathan or Simba John. It's one of those two I'm looking at for APC. Then Tinubu obviously is not going to get it. His opportunity has been narrowed down, you know. So I'm looking at Tinubu leaving after the primaries, leaving APC to somewhere like SDP. SDP, I think that's where he's going to go. Tinubu definitely is going to contest by all means, either by hook or by crook, because that has been his long ambition, you know. So we're not going to rule that out. He's going to be on the ballot that day. And I'm looking at, we all know he's the owner of the party, NNPP, Kwankwaso in the north. Kwankwaso as well is going to be on the ballot. He wants to be the president. And last but not least, which is just Atiku that won now. So Peter Obi, Jonathan or Simbajo, Tinubu, Kwankwaso, Atiku, these are the people that are going to come out and battle for it. What the problem I have with our election, is the youth. I'm going to say this. The youth will prefer to be political talks for 5K, for 5,000 naira, because they don't know the value of good governance. The Nigerian youth, sorry to say, but that's the truth. This is my view. They do not know if the government is good. They did not know if that the government is good. You don't need to bow down to any politician before you can survive. You know, because the system works equally for everyone. Just to take a look at Nigeria, for example, it has port authorities in various states, but very few are working. Refineries, but not working. You know, oil companies, but not working. Steel company, but not working. NNPC not working. Share not working. Chevron not working. So Nigeria is in a crossroad, you know. Like I said to you before, one man, I said everything is on the table. Come 2023. I'm not going to rule anything out. Everything on the table. Military takeover is on the table. I know you disagree with me before, but I'm still saying it again. It's on the table.
No, we're not advocating that. We're not advocating a military takeover because it's illegal.
Rigging of the election to give to a Northerner is on the table. You know, so many things is gonna play out in 2023. But my final take before I vacate the floor for someone else is that the North at this time are not ready to give to the South, not even the Southeast. That is my take and my submission. Thank you, one man.
All right, thank you, Ejiro. So that's Ejiro, quite clear in his thoughts. So a man equally clear in his thoughts, engineer. So engineer, we've heard all the languages. Treachery from TAMBUWAL. Oh God, engineer, what's that?
Are you a fine engineer?
What's going on? Wait, can you not hear it?
Yeah, is it from me?
It is from you. Yeah, it is from you. Do you want to make adjustments? Yeah, can you hear it now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm stepping up now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, okay, let me just be quiet and we hear you. Maybe that can work better.
Yeah, I came to make my daughter's hair, so I'm somewhere in Warsaw.
Okay, you are not using earpiece. Maybe you are using your speakerphone. That's why you are getting.
I'm not using my earpiece.
Okay. If you speakerphone.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. It's just there's you can hear the boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
What about now?
It's still there, but just say a few words and then I'll round off because I don't think it's something you guys. Just say a
All
few
right.
words. Yeah.
I don't have much to say. It's just we just have to congratulate Atiku, and also if we can like it or not, we can see kid. We don't know what to play politics. So,
engineer yourself now. Engineer yourself, engineer.
Like I said, Wike is a kid. He's just learning. Wike don't know what they call politics. And if Tinubu congratulate Atiku, all the best. I would love to see the both of them on final say. So that's all I can say. And hope to unite with you guys later at night.
Yes, thank you, engineer.
Happy Sunday and enjoy yourself all.
All right, thank you, engineer. That sound is just is getting into So thank you, engineer. I think it's where you are rather than anything else. So thank you, engineer. So engineer has the final word. We wanted to hear more from him, but you could hear the whooshing sound as DOG shows us the sea coast, living the life of look at that, with the life of a multimillionaire.
My 1,000.
Look at this guy. You better double that to 10,000. If he's living in a mansion, then double it to 10,000. Look at DOG. But so thank you one and all. So thank you everybody. So that has been the session, and thank you for the likes. We set 100 likes as the bar, as the minimum. So that's not to say it stops as 100 likes. So you can continue clicking on the like button, but we want a minimum of 100 likes with every session. And thankfully, you guys you're making us helping us hit that and surpass it. So thank you for that. So whenever you do come on stream, just click on the like buttons. As soon as you get us to 100, I'll stop talking about it so we can focus on the conversation. So click on like and subscribe because we want to really push the platform up the YouTube space so that we can be heard by people that we are speaking to. So all of that and everything, well, we come to the end. So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace. Thank you, everyone.